So hello guys, welcome to Lisica YouTube channel. So today we are starting with React. Okay. So before we go to the React, we should know what is a basic idea of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay. So if you see this human structure, the bone structure is the HTML. Okay. Bone structure is the HTML, and your skin, hair, and clothes are the CSS. Right. So after you apply the JavaScript, like for example, the talking, speaking, dancing, these are the functionality, right? So this comes with the JavaScript. And now, after building a website with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in separate file, we can build the website. But in React, it becomes more faster. Why? Because we use JavaScript and HTML in a single file. Okay, instead of writing in separate file. So let's go to the React. Why it is more advantage than normal HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? Because it's a single page application. Means in a single page you can write about page, you can write contact us page, you can write any whatever page you want to add, you can add in single page. Okay, without any loading time. See, if we write about page in a separate file and contact us in a separate page, so what will happen? So when we click on contact us page, contact us, then we go to the different page, right? So going to the different page, it takes time, right? So what if there is a component? What do you mean by see a component? See, it is because component means, see, if I go to the Amazon website, so see, this is cursor, right? And this is the navbar, right? And these are the curves. See, so when I click it, it will only load this body part instead of loading the whole page, right? So that is the difference. Okay, see, if I click on mobile, see, it will only check the mobile. See, it is haven't load the whole page, it's only loading this body page, right? Again, see, if I click on customer service, see, it will only loading the body page instead of loading all this navbar again. So that is the difference. So it's load only the component. Okay, only the component. Whatever I click, see, if I click it, it will only continue with the default and this part. Okay, so that's the thing, it will only load the component instead of loading the whole page. Okay, so that's the difference. So we're going to install React, right? So go to the Node.js. So just download it. Okay, so download this recommended version. Okay, and download VS Code. Okay, download this VS Code also. Okay, we're going to use the VS Code. Okay, so we are inside the VS Code, so we're going to open the new folder, right? So new folder, that is PC. I'm going to give it in, so make it React short, and then click on this, select folder. Okay, now we have in an empty folder. Okay, I trust it. Now we go to the terminal. So after installing the Node and VS Code, so if you click on like Node -v, you will see see, if I click on Node, see the version is 20, right? After installing, you will see the version, and I click on Z. Okay, now to create a React file, we need to use, that is npx create React app, and now we're going to give the name of the React app. For example, my first app. Okay, my first app. Now see, it will take some time to create. Okay, so it will going to create it. So it will take some time. Okay, so see, our file has been created, right? See, so it has successfully created. So now we're going to see, this is our folder. So let's open the folder once more, and we're going to insert it. Okay, so it will be much more clear. Okay, so see, what is the folder structure? If you see, look at the folder structure. See, this is the node module, means whatever the package you're going to install, whatever the external module, external package you're going to install, it will be installed in the node modules. Okay, and there is a public folder. See, public folder is there, the favicon. I think you know favicon. What is the favicon? That is in upper button, the logo is the favicon. So see, this is the HTML part. So HTML part, see, this is the div. So now we're not going to touch anything inside the HTML. Okay, we're not going to touch even a single letter in the HTML file. Okay, it's the magic. Okay, so we're going to write all in React. Okay, in simple JS file. Okay, So first of all, see, look at the HTML file. So simple HTML, and this only thing is important, that is the ID root. Okay, so this is the ID, and all thing will be inside this div folder, div file. Okay, so next is the logo of the React, and this is some logos are there. So HTML in public folder, the HTML file is the important. Okay, so we're not going to touch anything in the public folder. Okay, just go to the src file. Okay, so we're going to delete all these things, extra things. Okay, delete it. Okay, just make it clear so that you can easily understand the things. Okay, so we're going to install, delete all the extra things. Okay, delete, and we're going to keep only the index.js. Okay, okay, so now index.js. So inside the index.js, so this is the, what is the extension for HTML? We use .html, right? For React we use JSX. Okay, see, this is the React file. Okay, now inside the React file, see, there is something, so we're going to remove this. Okay, because right now we don't need it, and also this. So the main thing is that if you see, there is a DOM get element by ID is the root. So what is the root? See, this is the root. I already told you this is the root, right? So it's going to call inside this ID. Okay, so we're not going to touch anything inside this. Okay, so now the main thing comes is inside this. Okay, so instead of strict mode, we can also use the sugar code. Means instead of writing this react.strict mode, we can simply write okay, simple thing. Okay, simple. And now inside this we're going to write simple, our first React app. Okay, that is hello world. Okay, so this is the hello world. Okay, now we're going to run it. So how we can run it? So simple npm start. Okay, simple npm start. Just wait a minute, it's going to start in seconds. Okay, so I'm going to allow it, allow all the things. See, so our first, that is hello world. Okay, so we can also style it. Okay, simple style. So style is that that is text align. Okay, text align center. Okay, you can use that also. See, if I save it now, see, so it has been centered. Okay, so see, what is the difference between normal HTML style sheet and the in this style? Okay, you can see we are using brackets inside instead of simple commas. Okay, so now we can write also, for example, paragraph. Okay, for example, hello, what is React? Simple. See, we're going to run it. See, so this is the paragraph. Okay, so instead of doing this, we can also make a div container. Okay, see, you can also use div inside div. For example, each one, that is second part. For example, second part. See, okay, so you got the idea, right? Now we can also use the inline style inside the div as well. Okay, see, instead of style we write text align is equals to center, and now whatever I write inside this, it will be all in center. Okay, so each one and each one. So see, all will be then in center, right? So now we see how we can write a inline style. Now we see how we can add class. For example, I want to style this particular h1. Okay, h1 tag, or simple a color. Okay, so I can use simple a class name. Instead of simple class, we use class name, and inside the class name I can give, for example, a para. So this is the paragraph. And now we can make a CSS file. For example, index.css. And now this will be the simple CSS, right? And right, text align center, and the color will be like brown. So now if I click it, it will not change anything, right? See, it hasn't changed because we haven't linked css file. Okay, so now we're going to import the css file. Okay, we have styled it, but it will not change because we haven't imported anything, right? So how you can link it? Simple import. So let me give a space here. Okay, import simple dot slash, and there is style, see, style dot css. Okay, style dot css, just give whole thing. Okay, style dot css, and okay, now if I click it, see, compile successfully, see, the color has been changed, right? So I can also use the width method, that is, for example, height is equals to 200 pixel and width is equals to 200 pixel. Okay, so see, right? So hello, what is React? Okay, so it will be much more bigger. I can do that also. So height is that it's becoming, but we can do one thing to increase the font size. How we can increase the font size? Simple font size equals to larger. For example, large, see, it will become large. Okay, now if I can do one thing also, for example, 300 pixel. Okay, we can do that, right? Simple, see, it will be much more bigger. See, this is, so how we can use the style.css. Okay, how we can link the css. You understand that how we are linking the css file, as well as how we can call a class name or a class, and how we can style it, right? So next thing is the component base. That is, in this course, in this lecture, we're going to use only functional component, because after React hooks, the functional component is all over in the market, right? Because in class component we usually write bigger and bigger codes, right? In functional component, what is much more shorter and much more convenient for a user to learn it, right? So that's why we going to use only the functional component with React hooks, and all good to go for industry. Okay, so now let's make a file. Okay, new file, that is, for example, I'm making a nav bar. Okay, simple not a nav, but let's make a heading. Okay, so for example, heading dot css, JSX. Okay, or now inside this I have to import one thing, that is React from React. Okay, that's all, because we are not going to import the DOM, because it's already, because here we are using the DOM file, right? This thing, that's why we are importing this, right? We are not writing any in here, we are not going to use any DOM file. That's why I'm not importing React DOM inside this file. Okay, so now let's make a function. Okay, so I think you all know how to write a JavaScript file. If not, I'm going to bring a JavaScript videos very soon, just watch it. Okay, the function, for example, head, and now simple function I have created. For example, now return. Now again I am using the sugar code of the React strict mode or the React fragments, and inside here I'm going to use, for example, h1, that is hello world. Okay, now we can do that, that is simple, instead of hello world we can write, that is heading. Okay, now like for example, export default what, that head thing. Okay, that's all. Okay, now same way we're going to import in this. Okay, so we're going to import that, that's import head from heading. So what is heading? That's heading. So we not need to give any extension in this, because the JSX knows his file. So that's why I'm not using any extension, like for example .jsx is good to go without it. Okay, So now how we can call that? See, if giving a warning, what is the warning? See, head is defined but never used because we haven't used it. So how we can use it? Simple, we're going to use it as a HTML format. Okay, see, just we calling as a HTML format. See, now successfully we have called, that is heading, right? So that's it. That's the thing. Now if I use inside, for example, style text align center, right? You can use that center, and it will be absolutely in center, right? Heading. So now let's make another thing, that is a footer. Okay, let's make a footer.js. now simple, same way we're going to import the React thing. Okay, import what? Import the React. Okay, React from React, right? Now we're going to make the function that is footer that is inside the footer. Let's make a clock. Okay, so how can we do that? New date. Okay, we're going to use, that is const date is equals to new date. Okay, see, we can use that, and as well we can use that also dot see, get hours. Okay. So instead of date, if we return it, see what will happen. So how you can do that? Simple, each one you can do that. Simple, the get, there will be the string. Okay, for example the hours. Okay, let's make it, and inside this we're going to call the date. Okay, see how we call HTML file. Okay, see, now we're going to export it. Okay, now we're going to export to call it export default footer. Okay, now if I click it, see, I go to the index file, and now I'm going to import it. Import what? The footer, right? Footer, and then I'm going to call at last. Okay, footer. If I click it, see, it should give us the hours. See 21, right? So at Indian time it is 9 PM, that's why it is. So now if I want to make the whole clock, how you can do that? Simple. Now if I can give the hour each, and now we can do that const second minute m is equals to new date, right? New date dot get minutes, and as well as const second is sorry. So in return, what you want to return? See, I am writing this JS program before the return thing, because in whatever you write inside the return, it will only the return that thing only. Okay, other than that it will not going to return anything. Okay, so const is equals to new date dot get seconds. Okay, get seconds, and inside this we're going to write, for example, as well as simple h m and s. Okay, so same thing. See, if I write it So all written. See, this is the clock. Okay, so that's the thing. So this is the minute and this is the seconds. Every time I click, see, it will change. So we can make actual clock with the help of what? React hooks. So we'll see in our later video, in the second part of the video. So now I think you understand how we can use the style, how we can import React file inside the main file, right? How we can write JavaScript and call in our HTML file, right? So that's the C. It's a mixture of JS and HTML, right? So that's the thing. So did you see anything in normal JS and HTML CSS, right? You haven't, right? So that's the thing. So this is the absolutely amazing, right? So let's see one more thing, that is how we can style it. Also we can also style the thing. Okay, simple style, see, text align center. If I give that, see, it will successfully center. Okay, see, so we are actually styling a JavaScript code, right? Not possible in normal HTML CSS JavaScript, right? So, and also we can change the color as well. So simple, you can give, for example, color equals to same thing, red. Simple. See, it will change into red, right? So that's the thing. So I think you guys understand how we can make files, different files, for example, heading.jsx, footer.jsx, and how we can call inside the index.jsx all those files. For example, how you can import the head file, footer file, and also how can make a style sheet, and how you can call import in our index.jsx, right? And how we can also use it in it, right? And how we can use the class name, and how we can call a different component, functional component, how we can export the components, how we can call the JavaScript, normal JavaScript in an HTML file, right? So I think you guys learn a lot. Okay, so see, I haven't wasted any useless time without explaining simple theories, right? I have just started with the coding and practical, right? So that's what we need, right? So thank you guys. We can just see you